is the plaintiff, Darcy. She says she rented an apartment from the defendant and was horrified to discover the place was infested with bed bugs. The crummy defendant did nothing to eradicate the problem. There were also mice and vermin in the place. The mold was so bad in the bathroom there were mushrooms growing. And she did what she had to do and moved out. The terrible defendant refuses to return her rent, and she's here to expose her evil ways and is suing for the return of her $1,400. This is a defendant, Heather. She says the plaintiff brought the bedbugs into the apartment and she treated the problem with a professional exterminator. Then out of nowhere, the woman gives her only 10 days' notice, moves out, and expects to get all her money back? No way. She's accused of bugging a tenant out. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $1,800 for remaining rent owed and trash removal.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff says the place she rented from the defendant had bed bugs, mice, and other vermin. But the defendant says the plaintiff brought the bed bugs in herself. It's the case of the bed bugs bite, and so do you.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, Darcy and Heather, we're on a first-name basis. Darcy, you're suing Heather, your former landlord, for $1,400 that you want returned to you. The money that you did pay for July rent, for part of it, plus the last month, which you paid at the beginning of going in there. You are counterclaiming against her for the remainder of July, the remainder of the last month, because according to you, she left after that, plus damages. Okay, how long did you live in that apartment?
I originally moved in on January 2017 on the 3rd floor, but then I ended up moving down to the 1st floor.
When did you move down to the 1st floor?
On August of 2017.
Okay, so you had been, and when did you move out? July, end of July? So you spent about a year down in the 1st floor?
Correct.
All right, and why did you move from the 3rd floor?
Because the 3rd floor was infested with bed bugs, and it had mice as well. When I first moved in...
When did it get infested?
Shortly after I moved in.
You moved in January.
Yes.
And you moved to the bottom floor in August. How did you let her know that there were bed bugs?
I texted her.
Okay. Do you have the text in January of 2017 to show me that you texted her?
No.
All right. Do you have any emails?
No.
All right. When did she let you know there were bed bugs?
She probably let me know when she moved into number 5, which was downstairs, which was in August, but I would say probably a couple months after that.
Okay, so according to you, she had never complained about bed bugs in January of 2017. She had never complained when she was upstairs.
No, she did not.
Okay. Do you have text with her in your phone?
I have plenty of texts from her.
Let's see if that's 2017 or 2018.
I mean, she did notify me of the bed bugs, but not till much later.
So these texts go back to September of 2017. Did you have a bed bug problem the entire time that you were living there? Is that your testimony from January?
Yes, correct.
The whole time?
Yes.
How come you're not talking about it, though, in your text to her?
Some of it was verbal. I also have a letter from a state worker that came to my house from March of 2017 till August 20th of 2018 of what she witnessed while she visited my house weekly.
Why are there state workers?
Oh, it's just, if my daughter has behavioral issues. So I asked for them to come in and help with my family.
How old is the daughter?
She's 9.
Do you know why then she wanted to leave?
I just assumed it was because she had a child and she needed a bigger place to stay in.
Did she say why? When did she tell you she was going to leave?
She told me July, I believe 12th.
That she was leaving that month?
Yeah, she said she was moving out August 1st or August 2nd.
Was she on a month-to-month at that point or on a lease?
Yeah, she's always been on a month-to-month.
When did you notify her that you were moving?
On July 12th, 2018.
And you left, so you didn't give her 30 days notice?
No, I did not.
Okay, but your feeling is I still shouldn't have to pay rent because it was unlivable?
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk about the bed bugs. Who was living there?
Myself, my husband, and my 2 daughters right before my son was born.
Okay, in January of 2018, you're showing her pictures of the apartment because you're complaining about a leak. You don't say anything about bed bugs. When was it? So when do you think you think that it's a few months after she moved in downstairs? So
downstairs. It was the, I believe it was like March
Did you have an exterminator go over?
Yes, I did.
All right. May I see the receipt from the exterminator that proves when they went over? All right. So they went in March, was it? How many times did they go?
They went 6 times.
You have some pictures you want me to see, right? Let me see your pictures. He will not exterminate unless the apartment is properly prepared. So were you there on 7/16?
I was there when the guy did come on that date, yes.
Okay, did you talk to him at all?
Yes, I did.
Did you show him any bed bugs or show him bites or show him, I think these are pictures of bites,
Those are pictures
right?
of bites and the bed bugs. I did, and he asked me how the problem was, and I said, my children have bites all over the place, we keep getting bit. And he said, do you have an infestation? He said, you have an infestation? I said, yes. And then...
Ay, pobrecito. Let's see the scratch. How old's this boy?
He's 9. That's my nephew. He slept at my house
your
for one
nephew.
night.
All right. You are coming to court today because you feel that the $500 you paid for July, you shouldn't have to pay, but you did stay the entire month of July.
She told me that she was waiting for an equity loan, that she had no money to afford to pay for the bed bug removal. So if I could at least give her $500, half of the rent, so she could process the bed bug removal. That's why I gave her the money, because I wasn't going to give her money at all.
Does that sound familiar, equity line and all that?
I don't know about the equity line or anything
Well,
like that.
that's a really weird thing.
Equity loans.
Do you have an equity line? That's so specific, you know?
I was just,
an
to be honest, I was just trying to get what I could
And
out
rent.
of her for rent.
Frankly, I just like to understand, is there ever, you claim that from the minute you walked in a year and a half ago, a year and 8 months ago, you've had bed bugs. I'd like to see any evidence of any complaint about bed bugs before July.
This goes back from April of this year.
Okay. And then you also have, you were going to say?
The letter from the worker that was from the
Okay,
house.
perfect. That's the worker who was there observing.
Yes.
Okay. So, all right, now this is dated September 25th. And it says, from March to August, they had lots of problems, and then it lists the many problems. On June 29th, okay, the bed bug infestation gotten so bad that HIT, that's in-home family therapist, tried to support the mother in calling the Board of Health to get an inspection. And then your therapist says, we can't meet you at the house until the bed bug infestation is resolved.
Yeah, they had to meet me
Okay, so
outside.
this is June. This is in June, what she's talking about here and
Yeah,
describing.
2000. That's of last year when I was living upstairs. That's before
Of
I moved.
2017.
That's
You're
when before
right.
I moved downstairs.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Did she
So it certainly does seem that there are some verbal complaints to you about bed bugs. According to the therapist, there were problems in the upstairs apartment too.
So if a place you rent has bed bugs, can you break the lease and get your security deposit back?
Well, I'd say you should talk to the landlord and
Well, can you get your security if the landlord won't give it back? Are you allowed to get your security back?
I
Why don't you go with yes?
would say yes.
Okay, going inside the courtroom.
Now let's talk about your counterclaim against her.
She left a whole bed in the apartment. She left the table, a mirror, and the refrigerator was just, there was no way that.
Do you have pictures of that?
Yes, I do, ma'am.
May I see them? All right. I think that there's plenty of evidence of complaints about bed bugs throughout a rather consistent time, which you are finally showing me. In April, with that letter from the person, and I am seeing here now July 30th, where you said the bed bugs are worse. Are you sure you had a legit exterminator here? I'm having a baby tomorrow.
Oh, that's June 30th. Yes, I had the
June
baby.
30th?
Yes,
Okay.
that's June 30th.
I can't be bringing a newborn into this mess. Myself, my husband, and kids were attacked the night before last night, and again this morning. I caught 6 alive bed bugs. Why would she have to pay? She's not going to pay July, and you got to return her last month's rent. Let's talk about the damages and whether there's an offset against that. These are the pictures of how she left the place. What am I looking at?
That is her bunk bed.
Which is where?
It's out in the bushes. She just threw it out in the bushes.
Did you throw your bunk bed out in the bushes?
No, I placed it right beside the dumpster. The dumpster.
Yeah,
I
but why
placed
didn't you
it
just
beside-
get rid of it? You're supposed to get rid of the stuff. What's this? This is how
That's the refrigerator.
Yeah, that's kind of gross.
My daughter colored.
No, I'm pretty sure it wasn't you. Yeah, that's kind of bad. And where was all this?
That was all the other bulk trash that was in the dumpster, and that's the bed that they had left behind.
Is that the bed bug bed?
Yes.
Okay. Leaving there as the gift who keeps on giving.
Yeah, I threw everything away. I threw all the baby stuff
And then
away.
$900 to paint the apartment?
Yes, ma'am.
Yuck. I find that you're entitled to $200 for the trash removal, and I'm going to find that you are entitled to $750 for painting. That's a total of $950 on the damages. I find that you are entitled to the $500 for July back that you're asking for, and the $900 for the last month's rent that you had previously paid for. And that is a total of $1,400. When I subtract the $950 from the $1,400, it means a net judgment in your favor in the amount of $450. That's my
Thank you.
verdict. Good luck, folks.
So the plaintiff prevails in this case. Heather, the defendant's just come out of the courtroom. You're going to have to give her back $450, and that'll call it even. You okay with that?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I did my best trying to get rid of the bed bugs.
It sounds like it's a real problem
It
there.
is. It is. It's difficult to do. So I have to call maybe a different company or
Yeah,
something.
you're just going to have to keep after it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a real problem. Sorry about that. Thank you very much. All right, Darcy, are you in a better place now?
Yes.
No bed bugs?
No bed bugs.
Okay. The kids are okay?
Yes, they are.
And the baby's all right?
Yes, he's doing great.
Congratulations.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Thank you very much.
Thank
okay?
you.
Harvey?
Something called a warranty of habitability, which applies to every lease, and that means it has to be reasonably safe and healthy. Bed bugs ain't.